Hey everybody, how's it going? John from Knack here. Okay, today I'm going to be breaking down how to use our new ability in the Outlook connector of Flows to include attachments when you want to draft or create and send emails. So let's go ahead and jump into an example here. So I have a purchase orders app and I have a orders table here. And in my orders table, I have an invoice PDF field. So that's the field that we're going to be uh, using and trying to extract the value from and attaching that to an email. Now, I have a simple three-step flow here that accomplishes just that. So when the order is created, then what I want to do is go get that file from the URL of that field. Now, we use a tool or we use a connector called the HTTP request outgoing webhook. And in there, you have this ability to get a file from a URL. So to access that, all you'd have to do is go in here and type in HTTP, and you'll see an option here, and you can choose which action you want to get. You're going to choose this get file by URL. And the option that you can use in here, you can actually set up almost any website that you want to go to. And if I go ahead and come in here and hit add linked app, all I have to really do is type in www.knack.com or even, www.google.com. The whole key here is that you just are creating a connection for the flow to continue and making that request to go get the URL of that file. Once you have that, then you can pop over and use one of our new steps. This one is currently called Send Email Direct Shipping. Named a little bit funky right now, but we will be renaming it to Create and Send an Email. So this directly ships it off. There is also one more option for you, which is also in the Outlook connector. You can come in here and you could say create a draft email. Now with that one, as you might guess, it only is going to create a draft for you. Then once you have the draft, you would have a subsequent action come after it that says, send an email by draft ID, and then you'd reference that. So I have already run this. I just want to show you what the log looks like, and then we're going to go ahead and run one again as well. So in here, you can see I fired it and we had 3 steps go. Now, when that order is created, you'll see here, okay, I can see some details, the ID. Now, this is the real key, the invoice PDF URL and invoice PDF file name. So we want to be able to get that file from this URL, use that intermediate step that we have called get file from URL. In there, we paste our details of that URL in that specific area. And then in our third step and final step, you can see that we populate and put the information in different places. So let's go ahead and run it, and then I'll pop open that flow builder one more time and we'll show you what it looks like. So I'm going to turn that on. Great. I'll go ahead and come in here and we'll say this one is going to go to admin John. I'll do invoice 456. I'll hit save. Okay. Now we'll come over here. Great. We can see that flow just ran. Now if I go check my inbox over here and I refresh it, see. Okay, so it does sometimes go to junk. You will have to kind of train your Outlook that it's not junk, depending on the email address that you're sending it from. And you can see here, great. This is a temporary free Outlook account that I have. I can click this and you can see the PDF of a template invoice here for you. So that flow works pretty great. Now I just want to pop in here and show you guys a little bit more detail about how that flow exactly works. So first off, let me pause it. And as I mentioned, so the first step is going to that Knack connector. And you can see here that I use the record created step and I chose to custom name it. I find this to be pretty helpful. And you can see what table you connect it to by clicking on this detail right here. Then as we progressed, I showed you how to set that up. When you go get your specific file by a URL, you can come in here and see that, okay, all I had to do was map that specific field. I came down here and said Invoice PDF URL. That's great. And then lastly, you now have that send email direct shipping that, as I said, that will soon be called create and send email. Then you can paste your information in here with the PO number that I wanted and the email address for an order. So I don't know if you guys caught that in the other table, but this is actually a lookup field or a formula field from my all users table. So this admin John user, that is the email address affiliated to that user. So it's a really great way to get a dynamic email value and then send it right through. And then at the bottom here, this is really the new part, the attachment section. So you can say, hey, I want to go get that value from the HTTP request outgoing webhook. I clicked that. And then in here, I also wanted to change the name of the file to make it a little bit more readable and usable. So I came back to my step one, and then I said, I want to choose Invoice PDF, the file name that I had in the initial record, and save, and that's it. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and happy building your flows.